So it looks like the ladies are calling out Quad for not returning calls, not taking accountability.
You said we were thieves, Quad.
I said that.
We need to hold her accountable and say, you know what, this is your last trip.
Am I hearing you say Quad should go to Napa?
None of us currently have an emotional connection with you. We're gonna ask you to leave this trip.
Well, with that being said, honey, I'm out.
Tamar, do you think these concerns are reason enough to ice out Quad from this friendship circle? Ooh.
Yes. Really? Yes, and the reason why. Here's the reason why, y'all. When you get a show that is actually a friendship circle or a social circle, you have to build those relationships. If you don't want to talk to those people, we want to see it on camera why you don't want to talk to those people. If you're not getting along with those people, we want to see it on camera.
Damien, this seems personal to me. What's your point of view?
Yeah, it does seem a little bit personal too. I wish that the ladies would look at the bigger picture, which is let's keep the show running, let's keep these checks cashing and coming in the bank. Unfortunately, it's not going that way. But it's like I feel like Quad's needed for the show. They need a Quad and a heavenly type. These other ladies can't. My personal opinion, you take a Quad out, yeah, the show can survive. I do believe it'll go on, but I don't think it's going to be as interesting. I mean, you got to have that personality like Quad, like the Heavenly, like the Mariahs.
Well, I'm with Damien. I do want the women to see the bigger picture. I understand that the women want it to be authentic, but at the end of the day, this is a reality TV show. This is a job. We want the tension. We want those people there. So the entertainment is good. And I feel like, it's a money thing as well. I do think it's personal because the less episodes she doesn't get the coin. And, I don't think she should be excommunicated from her money. So I definitely think she should be in there. The same thing, Tamar, if you were beefing with all of us and weren't talking to us, I'd still want you around because I know you're going to bring the ratings up. So
right.
That's my...
Could you imagine them saying, we just don't have an emotional connection with you?
Yeah.
And do y'all agree that it was wrong the way they did it? I just felt like it was tacky to fly her out there. I mean, I know if there's more players at hand behind the scenes. However, it just come off so, I don't know.
No,
nasty.
I don't think that was wrong because I feel as though they gave her multiple chances and they spoke to her about all of these things before. And then she also took the initiative to have a resurrection and, came out of the casket. Poor girl.
I'm not one to talk. I was called out about this several videos ago that I ignore phone calls and text messages.
For me, I'm going to just be Mitch's friend and stick with Mitch.
But you don't really talk to Mitch that much, for real.
That's the same thing with you. I don't talk to you much either.
Yeah, but with a lot of the messages, they end up getting ignored.
Well, I'm still here on the platform.
Here's the thing. I'm going to say this, your relationship isn't blooming with Mitch. Let's be real.
But, I think it was fair for them to talk to Quad this way. I feel like Tamar said, that this is a friendship circle, a group of ladies, girlfriends. And if you're not authentic with it, then I think you should be gone and sashay away. Also, I wanted to point out Quad and Toya didn't end on great terms when Quad was around, previous years. And, if you're going to call me a thief, which she did call Quad called Toya a thief and her family that, I wouldn't want you around my group of friends unless you own up to your mistake, take accountability, and apologize. I may consider bringing you back into the group, but if you have no personal connection with me, I don't see why you should be here.
If she would have just kissed their behinds just for that night, it would have been cool, but she's not going to do that, and that's totally fine.
It's not totally fine, Tamar. I don't want to see Quad play pretend. What Dr. Simone did, I got to keep it real. From a Bro Chat perspective, I would probably do the same thing. Like, I don't want anyone on Bro Chat that I don't have a connection with. Will I have people on Bro Chat that I don't like? Yes. But if I start there's a difference. There is a difference. I can record Bro Chat people that I don't like, but I can't have people on Bro Chat that I'm not connected to. Like, All of you four, I'm connected to. So that's the difference. I think that with Dr. Simone, what the ladies did, I understand it. I understand it.
You know who I don't understand is Phaedra. Phaedra was bringing Quad around and she wasn't consistent. And I did not like that.
What is that?
I know, like, it's like but I just did not understand why Phaedra switched up. I wish Phaedra would have told Quad that I don't want to bring you around because there's messiness that goes on.
You did hard.
Let's have a consistent conversation about accountability. If we're talking about a woman who has never taken accountability, the center of that conversation is Phaedra Parks.
Telling you, I was told that by Phaedra, and she can explain to you where she got that.
I repeated it because I heard it.
No, she said it. She said it to you, Phaedra.
Oh, see, there you go. There you go.
The lies.
There you
the
go.
Lies.
This bitch,
The
I'm
lies.
telling you.
You should understand that drugging somebody while they're drinking
It's
and taking them home is rape. Y'all accuse me of being a fucking rapist. That is crazy.
Oh my God.
I gotta get away from y'all.
Wait.
Cause really, I gotta get away from y'all. See, that's the type of.
I know.
We've never seen Phaedra tell the truth about what she did to Kandi. She's never owned it. She's never apologized directly, specifically for what she did, her role.
Heavenly wanted to address that situation with Kandi. And producers told Heavenly to not bring that up because they don't want Phaedra running away, because they know Phaedra told them that she doesn't want to talk about it or she's not going to be addressing that on the show.
Well,
Right.
I wish they would have brought it up anyway.
So-
Phaedra's not married to medicine. She's married to Bravo, and they just want her around.
Yep.
It did. They got the numbers, new audience. Thank you. Your purpose has been fulfilled. Goodbye.
Yeah. Phaedra is new to the group. I don't think she has really anything to be accountable for, unless I'm missing something. But I she's new to the group versus Quad, who's been around for some time. So, I feel like that's why the ladies had that conversation with Quad.
Phaedra is less accountable than Quad.
Yeah.
I understand that Quad is guilty of perhaps, not taking those phone calls, not being invested outside of filming. Those things are not terrific, but they're not criminal. Let's talk about Kandi. How do you feel? Do you feel you did anything wrong? Do you feel you did anything? Those are conversation pieces that I want to hear from Phaedra.
And I think that those conversations actually I feel as though that those conversations can easily happen, considering that both of the shows are based in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they can bring it up as far as saying, well, the Atlanta streets are saying.
Izzy, do you disagree with me?
Yeah, he does.
You do.
I said.
He said it shouldn't matter what she did on another show. This is married to medicine.
I mean, I see where Mitch is coming from. That is true.
So you disagree with me?
I mean, it could happen, but it hasn't happened, so I'm not going to look for it.
Izzy, just disagree with. Just say. Okay, Mitch. She has less of a history on this Married to Medicine group, and is it as relevant for them to call her out on this show based on something that happened in another show? It's a different group of women.
But they all kind of intermingle and hang out within the Atlanta scene, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I could see where it can make sense if they did talk about it.
But I feel like if someone's storyline is like, what I think's going wrong with Phaedra isn't that she's not bringing up the Atlanta stuff. She doesn't have a storyline in anything with these groups of ladies. So it's a fact that, and if she did talk about the Atlanta stuff, her history on another show isn't a storyline on this show. So I think she needs to find a storyline on this season. I want to see Apollo. I want to see what's happening with the children. I want to see her life. She doesn't like to share her life. And these women are letting her get away with it. Everyone's letting her get away with it. So I don't think she has a storyline.
Is the story what?
It's a story decline. No story decline.